Like, I literally hate it. And I still owe this lady fucking money, psychiatric lady, for echo. Mate, that's $90 a week, man. You know, $90. So now that lady has stopped providing that service because I haven't been able to pay her. So they've stopped the service. I don't know what happens after that, man. I know it's not good for me. I know it's not good for me. I really do. It's everything but see my daughter, everything but talk to your daughter, everything but even have a picture of your daughter. Don't ask anything about your daughter. You know, I still can't believe that family report writer was threatening me with a police, mate, if I've got a picture on my phone of my daughter. I don't have any fucking orders. I can have any pictures I want on my phone. And I said, really? I said, you know, because she's telling me, if you've got a picture on your phone, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to have you arrested if you've got a picture on your phone. So I've just pulled out my phone and said, I've got plenty of pictures. You know, why don't you call the police now? You need to call them. I need you to call them. That's, you know. Yeah, she didn't like me saying any of that, bro. She just didn't like it. Didn't like your attitude. I'd had enough. I've spent 3.5 years being accused of shit that's just not real. And then I came here, and it's the same thing. Just accuse, no paperwork, no proof. It sucks, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get a job after that, mate. After October. Not that it matters anyway, mate. You haven't got any fucking legal aid, mate. They refuse to fucking take the case now. They refuse to do the case. You know, it's unwinnable. It's unwinnable? That's what the lawyer said, it's unwinnable. I said, how is it unwinnable, miss? You know, it's based on false accusations. Her entire thing is completely biased. You know, if you read the report, it's completely biased. It is, you know, accusationary and biased, and it's completely, even my rings bother the person. The way that I dressed bothered the person. You know, like everything about me bothered that person. Everything about me. There was nothing about me that she liked. You know, you've just copped an entire hour in earful of being told how much of a cunt I am. And then I've got a DV order and a DV charges, and I've bashed Quian, and I've yelled and screamed and threatened her, and I've done this and I've done that. And I'm a danger to Echo. I'm a danger to my own daughter, you know. And then, of course, the daughter's hour. No, I don't want to see him. I don't want to know him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to see him. He's really mean and he's really nasty and he yelled and screamed all the time. That's what my daughter says. You know, he's really nasty, rah, rah, rah. This is not normal language of a child, mate, okay? It's not normal language of a child, all right? It's just not. There's no child out there at the age of 7 that is going to say to you, I don't want to see my parent. There's just not, mate. Okay, that's not what a 7-year-old says. And that's been drummed into her since she was 5, mate, when I was kicked out. That's been drummed into her all that time. Thanks, miss. Run out of power. Try and get the new phone, or old phone.
Try it on your phone. See if this is better live stream. Stay on your path, boys. You know, stay on your path. Doesn't matter. You can have a whinge. You can have a fucking cry. You're allowed to vent yourself, gentlemen. You know, you're allowed to show weakness. You know, you're a human. You're just a normal fucking human. We're not supermen. We do not have to conform to what they want us to conform to. You know, move on, get over it, all that, right? They want you to forget them. Forget them. That's what they want you to do. They want you to forget your kids. Forget what you left behind. Just move on. It's easy for them to tell you that, man. It's easy, and then they just tie you up in court, to force you to move on. Force you to. They put words in your mouth. We've had instances all the way through. The lady at work, the smoke shop lady, there's two, and that's the only two women that I've had, you know, said good morning to, and they're very upset. Good morning, miss. Good morning, miss. And that's enough for you to be told not to go back into work. We've got meetings. We've got to deal with HR. We've got to deal with the fucking set of leagues. And all you said is good morning, miss. They're all on your side. Not a problem, Charles. This is a joke. Rah, rah, rah. But this woman is very insistent, and she is going to be reprimanded. You know, we're going to get hold of the agency and reprimand her. Because I said it's just not fair. It's, you know, I've got my sister on the phone. My sister's like, you know, explaining to the guy, you know, he's brilliant. The SYC gentleman, fantastic guy. Didn't just believe. No, there's too many things, Charles, that just don't add up. He said, so we're not part of that bandwagon. You know, we deal in facts, we deal in reality, and it just doesn't add up. So no, we will not be proceeding with anything. You've only got 3 days to go. You've done great here. Don't just have the other 3 days off and go home and, you know, forget about it, right? You know what I mean? You're told to move on. Whereas if it was a real thing, the woman would have had you strung up and, you know, hanged you, basically. We've had instances all the way along, boys, okay? That's just how they roll. And you've got to deal with it. You're allowed to express yourself. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to... But as long as you keep it to yourself, you're okay. And I'm lucky. I can come on and I express myself. Yeah? And it makes me feel a bit better. You know, boys, I get home, I deal with it. You know, since then, we're cracking. We haven't stopped. Okay? The phone's still on freaking charge. It's still on, you know. But I show you these sides of myself so you understand. You are human. You are normal. You're allowed. You're allowed. Okay? It's not anything bad. You haven't done anything. You've expressed yourself. Naughty boy, naughty boy. You know, now we can bring up real things, we can do whatever. Who gives a fuck now, boys? It's been 4 fucking years, mate. You know, like, what have I got to lose? You know what I mean? Like, I've done everything I want, right? And you're here, this is where we are. You know, so, no. You're allowed to feel all the things that I feel. I'm not anything, you know? You know what I mean? I'm just a normal bloke. I miss my kid. I miss all my kids. And if you think that I want to make the same mistakes or any fucking that I haven't done, everything that I can because of the past. Because of the past. We're not going to just let them, you know what I mean? It ain't happening that way. So we'll do everything proper, everything legal, go there, whatever, until they tell us that we're not allowed to see our daughter. And then it's completely illegal. You know, there's nothing I've done everything, hon. I can say to my daughter, we did everything we could. And you're old enough now, you're in your 20s, whatever, there's the paperwork. Paperworks, videos, everything. You know, I did everything that I could to see you. Yeah? We haven't just, you know, given up and moved on. No, buddy. Not until they tell us that that's the choice we have. Okay? And they've had to do all they've had to do in order to get where they've got. Remember that, boys. Remember, we've been lied on, mate. Remember, straight up fucking lied on. We have had our name defamed, everything about our character defamed, and we've had no way of even anything. You even make a gesture and you're done. You've got to keep your head down like that and not make any kind of anything at all. Otherwise, contempt of court, they've got you. You see, that's what they've got over the man, you know? And we're not. We're just a normal thing, man. So fingers crossed for us, you know, that I've been told by all their legal people and all their you know, professional people with pronouns that this is the path. This is what we're looking at. I don't think it's fair at all, boys. At all. So this is what men face. When you get fucking married and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then you do the right thing, boys. You do everything that you are humanly possible to do. You do everything that they want you to do. You do everything that they tell you to do. You do everything that whatever's, you know, to make them happy. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Now, since then till now, look how many billionaires, look how many fucking sportsmen, look how many movie stars, look how many superstars, they all get divorced. The women fucking go for everything. Okay, there's a ton, there's a freaking ton between now and then. And then I woke up, hang on a minute, you can't even please them when they're in heaven. When they're in the Garden of Eden, you can't keep these women happy. Like, they've still got to have the apple. They've got to have the apple, right? They've got a Garden of Eden. And God himself could not keep them happy. Okay? So don't blame yourself. Don't put it all on, let all their accusations and their thing just roll off you. You have to just let them roll off you, bro. Because in reality, that's not how it is. You know, you've got lied on, man. And the whole family report is based on those lies. So how is that fair? You can't defeat this shit, dude, because they can just walk in and create shit. You know what I mean? It's not a level playing field. And you can't say anything, man. You've got to be a cool cat. You know, otherwise you'll never see your kids over anything. They've got an excuse then, haven't they? It plays on you, man. And that's all. You guys seem to be confused. Yeah, I'm not confused. I'm on a path. And you guys want me to be whatever. I don't give a fuck what you want. This is what I'm dealing with. Like we dealt with the shit in the garage. Like we dealt with the shit fucking everything before that. This is it. This is what I fucking my whole life is. I don't have anything else. What have I got? I got a nice place, but I ain't got no family. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got a wife. I haven't got a family. Yeah, and that's all that fucking I wanted. A couple of dogs out the back, a couple of chickens. Okay. You know, I had it there for a little while. Tried. I tried. You know, I was the best dad I could be. I was the best, trying to be. But you couldn't be a husband. You couldn't even be a friend. You couldn't even be anything really, other than a housemate. That's all you could be. It's hard when that's supposed to be your other half. That's hard. But no, man, that's what I deal with. And that's what you might have to deal with. Don't look at me and think you're going to fucking you're special, cunt. Don't look at me and have your little laughs, your little jeers, and think you're fucking special, cunt, because you're not. There's thousands of me. Thousands of me. I'm not the only one. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, we've already had an instance, he left his phone on the table, mate, put a translator in it. And the mother and her are sitting there in their own language. Well, I've already gone through all that story. You know, he gets their whole brief, bro. Whole brief in the phone. And he's sitting there, he told me he was broken-hearted, crying his eyes out, listening to it. Because he loved her. You know, he welcomed the mother into the home. You know, he had a baby, he had a house. And here they are sitting there in their own language when he's fucked off for 20 minutes, discussing how to get rid of him. How do we get rid of him? Yeah, they've already got a plan, bro. They've already got a plan. You know, so you know what I mean? Don't think you're all fucking special, mate. None of us are special. You know, we've all got our little traps happening, mate. You don't even know it. Right? So my job is to fucking show you how to, wriggle your way through it. You know, yeah, you fucking I wake up thinking about me. Go, so fucking what? You don't like it? Fucking deal with it. You can't, or get the fuck out. You know, I sometimes my mornings aren't great. You know, I walk up, I'm more than happy with where I am. Love that, okay? Just in the head, mate. I wake up, good morning, and say, Echo, you know. I say her name. Yeah, buddy, say her name. That's your fucking kid, mate. Doesn't matter the fuck whether they're fucking telling you, fuck, that's still your kid. Whatever your kid's name is, okay? So until they tell you that you can't do this and you're not allowed to ever see your child, it never fucking ends. It never ends. It doesn't matter what happens there. It doesn't matter what happens, mate. File paperwork. There's filing paperwork, mate. There's got to be a way of, you know, who do we need to get a brief from? What, every cunt's fucking walked away from you now. No lawyer wants to deal with you. Dandenong, Frankston, you know, your case is too far along. They don't want to fucking help you, mate. They want you to move on. You know? So then they tell you you've got to go and do a whole bunch of new courses. You watch, boys. Tell me I'm not wrong. Nostradamus it. They'll come up with a whole bunch of new courses. You watch. You know, you've got to go and do this. I can't even name them, man, because it just gives them fuel. But that's what they'll do. Like, if you do this, this, and this, then I might obey exactly what you told me on the phone. That's that. You know, that's just a card they pull out. Just invent a fucking card, brother. Just fucking, you know, I did hear that he does this, this, and this, and then I might agree. Like, you've already been given an order 3 years ago. Okay, you know what I mean? But they'll pull that fucking ace card out. So I'm anticipating everything and anything. That, because this is it, I think. This is the final hearing. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. No fucking lawyer answers the question I ask them. You can't fucking, none of them. I wish I could show you the thing. You know, I sent off questions. And the only thing I got on the phone was, hey, we don't think this is going to work out, And I've said, well, this is why it didn't work out, And that's not, yeah. You know, it means more work, it means more. But otherwise, they're going to let her get away with it. They're going to let her completely get away with everything. And they'll base everything on that. And premonition, boys, you're fucked. Okay? That's what happens. So that's not good for me to live with for the next month and a half. It's just... I've got a month and a half before my execution. That's it, done. You're done. My execution, right? And you're just gonna sit. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna say a word, boys. I'll just get out of there. I promise. I won't have any reaction or whatever. There's no point. All their ducks are in a row. Exactly what they want. They be sitting there smiling up their asses off, and they haven't had to do a damn thing except fucking lie. That's it. They're just gonna sit there and fucking lie for a little while. You know. So I'm kind of like getting over it. I'm trying to get over it. Over that part of my next part of my life. It's not good to have these things in my head. I've always been able to, like I say to you back then, I've only got a limited time, and I'll get dossed out of here real quick. They're just looking for, I told you so many times in the live stream, way before it happened. It's just a matter of time. I'm on borrowed time. That's what I said in my stream back in the garage days. I'm on borrowed time, boys. I really am. Any reason, excuse this person can come up with, and I'm going to get tossed out, rah. And now it's only a matter of time because it's building a case, and now they've been called out 3 times. It only takes, I don't know how many, but yeah, I'm out, they're all automatically, So, it's not good to have this kind of future thoughts. I'm going to get hammered, boys. And I've done everything legal. It's just not a nice premonition. Come on, man. It's just an uncomfortable premonition. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I mean? Fuck, I'm human. I'm just a normal bloke, man. Fuck. And I know that I'm going to get absolutely hammered. So I'm just going to sit there, I'm just going to expect the worst, man. I'm not going to have any chance at all to even open my mouth. I'll be told, fucking right, I don't know. I've got no idea, okay? But I'm expecting the worst. I really am. I'm expecting to get absolutely hammered based on what they've been told. They've got the report, they've got the this, they've got the psychologist, they've got this. My daughter's telling you they don't want to see me anymore. They're all just going to go, yeah, that sounds proper. Look, this report says this. And now we've got the daughter saying, it just matches. You're going to get fucking hammered. Oh, God, boys. So I've had a good cry over it, because it's like a bad dream. It's like a recurring dream to me. I swear, boys. It's like a recurring dream. And every week there's a new part of the dream. There's like another installment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it to you, okay? But it's not fucking, And I know, yeah, I was asked, do I go back to the psychologist? I said, well, I don't need to go back to the psychologist. I've got nothing to talk to about. All I want to see is my daughter. I'm told to move on, go, it's that time you moved on, which is what the lady said to me. You can't keep coming back every week talking about the same thing. That means you're not progressing. In other words, you're going backwards, that's what they'll say to you. You can't come every single week talking about the same thing. They'll cop you for a few times, But after that, if you're coming back with the same storyline, well, you're not moving on, but you're not progressing in the, in the healing. They've got all kinds of fancy words, okay? But that's how they try and, so I twigged to that. And that's fine. I haven't got $50 spare every week anyway, because it was another 50. So how many times do you want me to go, boys? Should I go forever? Should I go, every week and talk about what? What a waste of life, mate. To sit there and talk about fucking, what are you, mad? Fucking, what are you, crazy? I've got no interest in that at all. None. How many times do you want me to say I miss my kid, You know what I mean? It's just not plausible, mate. It's not plausible. I've got work to do. I take my time out of my day to fucking explain myself a little bit. That's all. Fuck you. Nice little lesson, young fella. Sit the fuck down. You're in the wrong fucking chat. This ain't TikTok. So, you don't show courtesy here, buddy. You're not going to last. But I am busy bloke, mate. I've got fucking masks to do. I've got fucking art to do. And other than that, go fuck yourself. Fucking can't. Boom, you can't. How's that? Just for showing disrespect to the most handsome, the most glorious, the number one. Bollocks, mate, absolute bollocks. Let me think of what I'll do here. You fucking diffract my mind, okay? I've got shit I've got to fucking do. Shit you don't understand, okay? I've got no time for your fucking bollocks, mate, to be quite honest. So, instead of me watching my Sherlock Holmes, which is what I would normally do, or watch Thunderbirds, or fucking any other comedies that I fucking think about, I thought I'd take an hour with you, mate, because I'm being a bit busy, boys. I've done this since I come home. I've got all 3 of them ready. We're just going to do the eyebrows. We need to work on the mouth, but I need to change the colour of the red because I can't match the other reds that I've used. I've got to use different coloured reds, so that there's different definition in the mask. So we get the cheeks done. Like a bit of cheeks, don't we, boys? Yeah. Hey man, we've been cracking, mate. Just the black. I had to mix the black. Get some black mixed. Don't want to disturb anyone, boys. Been fucking busy, mate. Fucking crack with these, brother. Number 2, number 3. So no, man, been a bit busy. Get the eyebrows done, bro. All the shiny will be gone later. I've got a special spray. It won't be shiny. There'll be nothing shiny about it. It'll just be matte. Just the colours we need. Those deep colours. That's the colours I like. We'll work on the red, mate. Work on the lips. Get the lips done. Different colour red. Okay. So that way it's not the same. It's different. So let me just clean this out now. Slipknot masks. Slipknot clowns. Slipknot. You're recognising more when I've done the skin. I haven't done anything. I'm just working on the face. So sprays, hand done, latex paints, you know, like properly done. They're not $5 fucking masks, mate. Now I need to work on the teeth. I'll show him now. It's like the old school way of making them. Kind of like that. It's not dry, of course. But kind of like that. Working on the lips. So a different colour to the nose and the cheeks, basically, is what I want. I don't want them to be the same colour. Next we've got to work on the eyes, the top of the eyes here, on the yellow. That's no good either. But I need to wash the brush out again. But not just yet. This also gives you a chance to patch in the nose. See how you got a bit of overflow on the nose? Gives you a chance to patch that kind of stuff in. Under the nose. So you want to clean that up. Yeah, that's good. Push the mouth right out there. get over your shit, boys. You know, you've got that certain time. You can't keep going on all day. You go and find something to do. You go and get, you know, just go and do something, mate. You've got to try. You don't want to be dwelling on it all day, rah. You know, you can dwell on it, mate. Yeah, that's fine. Fuck, you're only human. But you don't dwell on it all day and let it eat you alive. You know, you can't do something about something. There's no good, you know, thrashing yourself about it. As long as you've done everything that you're able to try and do, that's the best that you can do. And you've got nothing bad to feel about it, mate. You know, you only live 15 minutes away. You know? I live around the corner, man. I live around the corner. It's not a big, you know, I'm not anybody bad. I thought that would be good. Easy to take home, easy to pick up, and I live nice. Not a problem, you know what I mean? Better than staying with people, you know, better than sharing a room, or, you know, renting a room. Yeah, better than renting a room. I would have no chance if I just rented a room. See? So keep your life on the go, bros. Keep your life cracking away, get your projects done, you know, and fucking keep pumping, boys. The moulds are already done, they're at the back. We've got both the clown moulds cracking, which is all I really want right now. Got to conserve the latex, mate, see what happens. No good making a whole bunch of masks that no one wants. You know, I don't know if the boys are on fucking playing at the moment. Slipknot, I don't know whether it's playing anywhere or if they've retired. I've got no idea, I'm sorry. None. For all I know, they might have bloody retired. It's my luck. They've all fucking retired, bro. And I'm sitting there still making the masks, mate. But I like them. No more shit, man. Skin color. Keep everything clean, mate. Keep the thing clean, keep the inside clean. That way it doesn't clog up with shit. See? When you go open it next time, it'll be easier to open. Right, that's it now, we've got to leave it to just dry. Basically, we've got to let it cure for a little while. And then come back to it. You don't rush these things, mate. You don't rush these things, okay? Just fucking take your time. You know, these Americans, mate, they're in a big fucking rush. Everything, the gloss will be gone when I'm done with it. The gloss will be gone, okay? There won't be any gloss. But at the moment, we've got a good base looking thing then, you know? And see the difference in colour? So, okay, we'll work on the ears. I haven't done the ears. Because I repainted the skin, mate. I repainted the skin. That's why. So, we'll just do the ears. Gonna whack in some fucking purple, bro. Thanks, man. Basically, yeah, ABC. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, basically. You know, you're allowed, man. We're only human. And fuck them. You know, they want you just to rah. No. No one tells you what, you know. No one has the right to do that. They just don't have the right. Remember, then they go home to their families. You know, they go home to their families, mate. You know, and then they tell you that you're not fit to be a father. You're not, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck. I'm expecting the worst. I really am. So I won't say anything, man, because I'm already expecting it. You know, just keep your head down and just expect it, and that's it. But at least you know you've done everything you can. You know what I mean? At least you know you've done everything, mate. At least you know you didn't just fucking, you know, give up and move on. Rah. You know, at least you tried. You tried. You tried. You know. Other than that, I don't watch television. I don't know radio. You know. I don't give a fuck about this movie star or that movie star or fucking these fucking idiots alpha males on here that are just a fucking bunch of course selling. They sell you courses. That's how they earn their big money. They sell their bullshit in courses. Have you looked into this Andrew Tate fucking thing, man? That guy's a disgusting fucking human, man. Absolutely disgusting. They passed on these messages that he had in his forum. You know, how to turn your girlfriend into your cam slut, basically, and training them, how to train them, how to get them into it. That alone for me, that's it. Just that alone. Everything else the guy's talking about, mate, is absolute bollocks. Because that's what, at its core, you know, that's what you're doing. At its core. You know, you're trying to turn your girlfriend, who you make fall in love with you, to do things on the internet so that you get paid. You know, she gives you the money. Yeah, mate, who in the fuck sits down and has a conversation like that in a fucking chat? What kind of subhuman fucking man are you? Like, it's disgusting. It's fucking feral. Right? So, you know, this is only after, he sits down in his chair and explains it all, you know. This is only after I've slept with them and they're basically mine. You know, they do whatever I tell them to do. You know, if I want a coffee, they make a coffee, right? You know, the whole thing, man. Like, just disgusting fucking behaviour, bro. Okay? And then describing how you get them onto the cam. First you get them tattooed. Like, you get your girl tattooed. Who the fuck does that? Like, that's disgusting. You understand? Like, who in the fuck wants that kind of control over another human, mate? You know, period. For any fucking reason, right? Like, there's just no fucking excuses, you understand? Right? And all for the hunt of money. All for the hunt of money. You're going to do that to many women as you can. So whoever you can meet, rah. He's got a full training course, bro. And the more you pay, the more that he teaches, rah. Mate, this guy's fucking subhuman, brother. You're a bunch of, I don't know, Romanian fucking pimps, mate. You know, glorified cam job fucking pimps. Then you've got the King of Zulu fucking bullshit. And you've got all these, you know, macho fucking running around with muscles, Liver King running around with muscles. You know, I'm selling this and I'm selling that, fucking, you know, the health things, Mate, the cunt's a steroid head. An absolute junkie. The guy is a fucking raving school fucking, you know, on the street fucking, you know, junkie. $11,000 a month on junk, right? He wasn't, you know what I mean? Who sits there and eats fucking raw liver? Who the fuck? What? Kidneys, hearts, get the fuck out of here. Like, what moron would sit down and eat offal? It's what we refer to as offal, okay? Out of all the body parts of the animal, that's the offal, okay? So I don't know what the fuck people are thinking, but it turns out he's selling the courses, he's selling the vitamins, he's selling the motivation of living the way he's rah-rah, and it turns out he's a raving fucking junkie. Men lose the plot, bro. Men lose the plot. So no, I haven't been doing. I just watch a movie. I've got enough reality. Like, I don't need any of this bullshit. And I don't bother with the TikTok fucking live streamers. They're just a bunch of total wankers, mate. I haven't mucked around. The agency makes me go on there. I'll just go on there for an hour and 10 minutes or some shit. And get 4 roses or whatever. Comes up on the screen. But that's the agency tasking me to do. I've got art to do, mate. I've got projects to fucking do. Okay? But at the same time, I like to have a little relax. boys. Okay, we've got the clowns cracking, man. They're done. Okay? So I'm happy with that. Just let them dry. Leave them alone. I've learnt not to fuck with things, mate. Okay? I've learnt not to fuck with things, bro. Just take your time. Rush. Not good. But we'll have them sealed, and then we'll do the hair tonight. Okay, so we'll have all 3 clowns done. Fucking, what is it, Saturday, right? So they'll be done tomorrow. Wait till you see them tomorrow. Whole different ball game in their head. A whole different ball game. Okay. At the same time, we're having a cup of tea, and I've got to go straight out and check the fucking moulds. Okay. See if they're cured or not. Because I'm hoping they are. We've got a nice bit of sun, mate, and a nice bit of fucking wind. Okay, so one of the years it needs a bit of time. And this one, we'll see, get a little bit of pooling going on. A little bit of fucking pooling, mate. Okay? A little bit of fucking pooling. So we just use our finger, mate, just spread that around, okay? Just spread it around. And that way it dries even. Sorry, now I'll show you. See? That way it dries even, okay? So I'm going to go back out, bro. Back out we go. Okay, back in the sun. Get in the sun, mate. Right, now I might sit down and have a cup of tea. I'll let the clowns crack. It's going to need a little while. Okay, so we're back to where we were, and now we can work on this one. Okay, so that'll be after I've sat down and had a cup of tea, I'll do this one. I'll crack with the Corey. So yeah, we've got projects fucking sitting everywhere at the moment. These are the 2 that are on eBay at the moment. These are these 2 that are on there. Solid masks, mate, obviously. Big, no, not small. Fit any size head as long as you haven't got a big beard. You'll be fine. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Every day, mate, there's thousands of me. I'm not, and I hope that I can teach even just one young fella or even whatever so that he doesn't have to go through it. And if he has to, at least he can be pre-warned a little bit, of what to expect and what will happen to you. And, you can't look at me and go, I've done this or that or the other, because if I did, the trolls would know about it, okay? If there was something out there, whatever, charges, they would know, because it's just public knowledge. It's not, you just look up the court register, they've all done it, every time I went to court, they knew when I was going to court, they knew everything, they know everything, okay? So you can't get away with shit. If I was on anything at all, the trolls would know. That's why they've left me alone, because they check shit, and I'm telling the truth. Like, fuck's sake, 4 years, like, that's a fucking joke, under any man's fucking thing, mate, because we're all men. At the end of the day, and even the ladies, I have lady trolls, but even they've switched, because it's just not, it's not acceptable. It's just not, under our way of thinking, because mine's documented. All of mine, the whole thing is documented, and I can't deny anything, and I don't, I live up, yeah, okay, I did the right, but no, I haven't, I'm not standing under something I haven't done. If I've done it, fair enough, I'll stand under it, but if I haven't done it, then no, I'm not, My own lawyer in the magistrate court looked at me and said, oh, did you want to sign, I looked at him and said, sir, have you read this? He's gone, yeah. I said, these are really serious. These are serious things. He said, yeah. Would I be sitting here? Can I just ask you that? Would I be sitting here? If these things were real, like with facts, would I be sitting here talking to you now? In the court, outside the court here, as we are. And he looked at things and he thought, he said, no. I said, there's your answer. There's your answer, sir. I said, I'd be out the back on remand. I said, I'd be out the back, Zoom camera, These are very serious things I'm being accused of, boys. You can go to fucking jail for them if it was true. You deserve to go to jail. You deserve it. These are disgusting things. Feral, horrible accusations that they wanted me to stand under, sign, make a deal. You know, we'll only give you 2 years, we'll only give you 5 years for fucking, you know, the AVO order. Nothing, you know, AVO order for life. Lifetime AVO, the whole thing. They tried to... These people, listen, mate, no fucking woman is worth that. Fucking none. There is no pussy walking that is fucking worth you doing a lifetime AVO. Or a 10-year AVO. Or a 5-year AVO. No woman walking is worth that. So you take the day off work and you go to court, as long as you're not doing anything. But if you're doing something, whatever, you're knocking on doors, making phone calls, whatever it is, you know, you deserve it. You deserve your AVO. Okay? If you're not, then you don't. You don't deserve a lifetime AVO, boys. You don't deserve a lifetime fucking AVO. Lifetime DV. Lifetime DV order you can get. Lifetime AVO order you can get. Just don't go to court. Automatic. Automatic. And then there's no going back to court. It's a lifetime. You only get that one chance. And if you don't go to court, automatic. And then there's you can't go back to court and revoke it. You know, I've been through the whole thing. The whole thing. Yeah. Just learn. Everything I do, mate, gets held against me. That's the truth. Everything. Whatever I say, whatever I do, you know, they've tried to use in court. The way, even my tone. I've got tone police. We've got tone police, mate. You know, you're just a bloke, right? You just answer the question and your tone offends them. Your tone. Not what you answered, not what you said, just your tone can get you done. You naughty boy, you spoke in the wrong tone to me. How dare you? I am. Do you know who I am? Like fucking, and none of their tone is offensive to you, of course. None of their tone, nothing they've said is offensive to you. How dare you? But your tone offends them. Okay? You know, what do you want me to do, man? How the fuck you want me? How can anyone defend against that fucking shit? It's just you can't. So you got to smile and you got to expect it, because this is what you're going to get hit with. I'm not telling you bullshit. I'm telling you reality. I've already been done for my tone. That's what the guy queried me on. How did you say it? Fucking just started laughing. Good morning, this. I said, just good morning, this. And you know, just on tone. Yeah, tone police, mate. How did you say it? How was your tone? Because, you know, they're very special. They're very, you know, only they are allowed to talk to you whatever the fuck they want, and how they want, whatever they want, fucking any time they want. And how you react is the abuse. Okay? Your tone can offend them. And you better not look them in the eyes too long, because they get offended at that. In fact, you better be like 4 or 5 feet away at all times. Okay? If there's a Sheila walking down the path, you're better off to go around to the street and walk on the fucking street and walk up. Okay? Don't look at them. Just fucking ignore them. Whatever the fuck's going on, it's got nothing to do with you. Okay? Because you're better off. Because all it takes is an accusation from one of these people. A woman. She can just accuse you, and she can have you up on fucking things, man, in today's society. And until you go to court, you're guilty. Until you go to court. And then they've got to produce, or you've got to produce fucking evidence you didn't fucking... but you can get done just from that. Just from fucking that. You understand me? That's the society we live in. Your tone offended me. So I wanted you charged, I wanted you out of the job, I wanted you to get Centrelink taken from you, I want everything you've got. Everything you've got. I'm offended. That's what I swear. Yeah, tone police, mate. Oh, fuck. When I was young, yeah. That's what I fucking, you know. I regret all that, man. After all that, you know, the married part of it. Like, fuck. The rest of it, I live on those memories. I live on my oldest girlfriends, and, you know, when I was single and have a girlfriend come and stay. Or, I miss all of that now. And then you gave it all up to do that. Like, fuck. I was single 5 years before I got a backpack on, boys. 5 years. I wasn't unhappy. I didn't live a fancy life, I just thought it was an adventure. It's an adventure, boys. The door's been opened up. You may as well fucking walk through and say hello and see what's going on. Wish for the best. And that's all I did. You know, presented with a story. Presented. All fantastic, wonderful. And then you take the story, great, and then bang, just fucking shit. They flip it, man. Fucking overnight, complete flip. An absolute flip. The opposite of everything that was yesterday. Does not exist today. That shit's over. Did you enjoy your honeymoon? It was fucking fantastic. It was before you got married. You had a honeymoon before you got married, boys. You know what I mean? But after that, fucking no honeymoon at all. Absolutely fucking none. Anyway, that's life. Okay? But yeah, it sucks. Sucks. Because you didn't get that dream. You didn't get that fairy tale that you were fucking told about, that you thought you could see others, have, and you couldn't get it, you couldn't keep it. Shame, because I don't get to raise my kids. But that's the suck part about it. I've got a beautiful little daughter that I've got no say in as a dad. I don't give her a hug, I don't give her a kiss, I don't fucking go take her to school, I don't, all those things, man. All that shit that my daughter's missed out on, Last thing the agent caring report, mate, is my daughter asking if I can come home. He said he was sorry. Can he come home now? Can he come home? I really miss Charlie. I really miss Charlie. Can he come home? That's the last thing my daughter said. They will sacrifice nothing, gentlemen. In their life, the woman sacrifice nothing. Once one of their things isn't met, then in their mind, I can do better, I can find better, I can be on my own, this is what I'm going to, and then they start calculating of what it's worth to get rid of you, and the plan is already in motion. Okay, it's already, you know what I mean? And then from there, it just escalates in their brain a little bit. They find you offensive at everything you do, anything you do is offensive, and more plan in motion. And it escalates from there. You can't do anything. I said in my stream many times, like driving down the road, and we're driving, and this person's pulling me to the right. They just keep pulling me to the right all the time, and I'm trying to pull it back onto the fucking, and then it keeps pulling me right again, right? It's like done deliberately, done all methodically, deliberately. Break you down, break the relationship down, break you mentally down, emotionally down, financially down, wear you down. They're whole. Remember that. Everything that they've got, they're whole. You're the one that's, So yeah, it's a big hurdle in order for you to be dad. And then it's taken from you. It's taken from you, man. You don't get to be a dad. I'm a good dad. I may not be rich, right? It doesn't matter to me, my kid, mate. We can go to the beach, we can go to the park. We've got fresh bread, we've got Vegemite, we've got anything. We've got some chops I've got for later, got some potato there, I can make some French fries for her. We're not starving, she'll be more than happy to be with her dad, rah. But it's taken from us. You're not going anywhere, doing anything. You obey the laws, you obey your orders, you've got a time that the person wants you to drop off, not a problem. You're not there to argue with her, you're not there to cause any problems to her, whatever. You're happy, great, fantastic. Just let me see my kid. That's it. Just open the front door, let her come out. I can be at the top of the driveway. I don't care about anything else but seeing my daughter. And then I'll drop off at the top of the thing, I'll watch her before to go to the door, and knock on the door, and go, that's it, bye-bye. I'll walk. Bus stop is only 4 or 5 blocks away. It's not a big deal. I'm happy to be in the kid's life. Just a shame, man, because in the old days, at least in the old days when their mother wanted to fuck off, I would get the phone call, and my kids would be dropped off to me. Okay, and then she could go and do what she wanted to go and do, and I would have the kids. So that's the kind of relationship I wanted with her. That way she's not afraid to call me if you wanted to go and fuck off somewhere and go and have a romantic weekend, because that's what I put in her head, okay? Go and have a romantic weekend, rah, because you want to get fucking, right? And that's exactly what the person did. She just dropped the kids off and she'd go back on Monday or whatever. I don't care. I get that time with my daughters. That is all that mattered. You see, that's all that mattered. I'm saying that's what you do. Well, I'm not a white man, I'm a dad. So, my kid's not racist, fucking, I don't know anything about that shit. But I'm a dad, not a white man, cunt, understand? Don't fucking change my shit to your racist fucking shit, dude, you fucking dog. Don't sit in my fucking chat putting words in my mouth, fucking running that shit in my chat. Yeah? Not a good idea. Yeah, fuck you and what you said, man. You better watch how you talk to me, boys. I'm fucking done with your cunts. This ain't TikTok. Get the fuck out of my fucking shit. Can't. You're fucking gone. You don't write racist shit in my fucking chat. Yeah, JM, yeah. I cannot recommend it at all. I cannot recommend marriage for men. There is no benefit. Not in today's, not what's walking around there now. Just none. None of them are. None. Especially the single mums. What do you think they're, because they can't get along with the original bloke, mate. With everybody else, he's this, he's that. I just want to hear one woman that doesn't bag her ex. Just one. Okay? Because all exes are this, all exes are abusers, all exes are this, it's the same fucking story with each one of them. There's no accountability. None. It is always our fault. Okay? Always. Everything they say, everything they do, mate, is just fantastic. A chick can put you into the spare room, not a problem. A chick can fucking just ignore you for fucking months on end, not a problem. You can live without any kind of love or any kind of fucking feelings or anything at all, not a problem. The chick can fucking tell you, wake up one day and go, I just want you to get in your car and go and live in your car now. I'm in fear of you. And that's not a problem, The minute that you react to anything, that's the abuse. The minute that you say anything, that's the abuse. Nothing else is abuse. nothing else is abuse. You can sleep on your own for fucking 6 years. You know, never says hello, rah, rah. That's not abuse. That's not abuse. If you complain to her, that's abuse. That's abuse, okay? Because you're not allowed to complain to her. You're not allowed to say shit to her. You know, the word no in Victoria is a charge. You're not allowed to tell a woman the word no. You're not allowed. Okay? That's a charge. Abuse, whatever, fucking harassment, whatever they call it, I don't know. But I know it's a fucking charge. Okay? So, mate, why would you want to deal with them? Live your life happy, you know, like you got that 20% of women, 20%, I'm not saying all women, don't fucking think that, boys. Okay, I've got to give hope, I've got to give some kind of fucking hope, because my friends have nice marriages, they've been together for 20, 30 years, you know, my other friends are happy married, so there are that 20%, you know, we've got 89 to 90% divorce rate initiated by women, so you've got a small amount that are really cool chicks, okay, that love their man, love their family, do everything they can for their family. He's not a prick though, he's a good guy, right? Which is rare, you know. It's rare because you're worth more gone. It gets to a point where you're worth more gone. See, they know when they've had enough that they get all. See, that's what they know. They know they're going to get. Okay, so they're entering into a contract when they know when they break the contract they're going to walk away with that, and it's not even mentioned. It's not even brought up. But they know that's what they're going to get. Okay. So that's a mighty fine fucking motivation, you know, to, yeah, when they get sick of you, man, when their feelings change or you've done something wrong or you said something wrong or whatever, you know, they switch off. They switch, okay? So be careful, because they can plan, they can achieve, they can give themselves a little pat on the back because they got to do, you know, what they wanted, how they wanted. They think they're very clever. Like, they really, really do, man, you know? They really think they're fucking clever. You know, even if they're half your fucking age, mate. Okay? Even if they're half your age and they think they're so fucking clever. You know, they've had so much world experience that they know more than you. You know, sits there and tells you, no, you be quiet, I know more. You know, like fucking rude, right? You know, you've done nothing, been nowhere, lived at home with your fucking parents. Are you kidding me? So no. You know, it's not worth your fucking bullshit, boys. But I got a little thing out of it. I'm a dad. So once you become a dad, the whole thing changes again. You're no longer trying to rescue your marriage. You're no longer trying to put all of your energy into the woman because you know she's fucking switched off and wants you out. All of your energy goes into the kid. All of your shit goes into it, which you should. You should. You know, I was lucky. I was at home making fucking masks, waiting for my daughter to come on a school bus. Most of the blokes would have been at work. Work, pay for it, pay. And you know she wants you fucking gone. You know, hard bridge to fucking cross, mate. Just spend your time with your kid, mate. Spend all your time with your child. You do as much as you can with your child. You take care of your child as much as you can. You know, I've actually got to back off a little bit to allow grandma to have some time, because it's not grandma's job, it's mine. And I told her to tell you, and I told them I'm father. So father first, grandma number two. Okay, please, mate, you know? Yeah, because I'm dad. So that's my job. It's my job to take care of her. It's my job to run around for her. It's my job to wipe her ass when she goes to the toilet. It's my job. Okay? I'm not going to give up, but I've got to stand back a little bit and allow Nan to come in and let Nan take care of her, because that's what she lives for. So Nan would come in and do the dinners and cook with Echo, and they do cooking together, and I would step back completely. And then after they're done, I'm the one that me would go for a walk and go to the park or whatever it is. You know? Yeah, it was great. You know, I didn't mind. You know, I got along with the mum better than I got along with anything else. Me and the mum, you know, kind of related to each other a bit, right? Yeah, it was mum that they gave us food in the garage. Had to come out and sneak it out to us. Remember that? So because I got called a thief, mate. I got called a thief, you know, because I'm not paying for all the food. So I'm not allowed to touch any food. So they get you out of the garage and then they starve you out. They starve you out. They would fucking see you starve. They starve you out. Okay, you're now getting full on fucking berated because you've got a bowl of rice. Okay, bowl of rice, and you're getting full on berated. You stole my rice. What the fuck? Yeah, that's the final thing, you know. But they're willing to do that to you, man. So if you are going to tithe it and go the full hog like I did, make sure you secure your stuff. And if you can't secure it, then, you know, put your funds into something that you have control of, that they can't touch. And no matter of her yelling, complaining, it will change it. Remember that, boys. We had to argue. If we told the person we were going to get any coins, we'd have to argue with this person. Have a big fucking... they're not going to allow you to do it, basically. And we learnt, fuck that, I'd rather get into trouble for something rather than fucking ask for it. We're not fucking playing that game. So I just fucking did it anyway, and then the complaints would come in, but it's too late. It's too late, okay? I'm not going to fucking ask, you know? So that wasn't good, okay, because we changed the whole dynamic of shit then, because your funds are no longer going directly to a private bank account. You know, I took the funds, man. Fucking, so you've got to outsmart it a little bit, you know, as you go along. Okay, let them think they've got the game, and then fucking get your funds. Don't let them ship those, your funds would have gone. If you hadn't funneled your funds into there, all those funds would be gone. Okay, they would have got sucked up into the fucking vortex, the fucking matrix of fucking the CCP, fucking internet fucking probe, you know? Fuck. Telling you, man. The fucking Russians would have did it, mate. The Russians would have did it. Fucking hell, man. Who knows, man? That's all fairy tale bullshit. Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful, Jane. Jane. Marriage is the worst. I'm just really glad she's able to see her dad. You know, it's not a problem. And they come, they go, they drop off, right? Not a problem. No one interferes with, not a problem. That's fantastic. If they could come for Christmas and, like, you know what I mean, down the track or whatever, not a problem. No one cares. That's not what we're there for. We're there for her to enjoy her Christmas, her to fucking have a good day. You don't have to stay all day, rah-rah. But we've got a bit of a dinner going on, rah-rah. That's, you know, and hopefully you're with a partner that understands, rah-rah. But if they're not, fuck them. You know, whatever's good for the kid, whatever makes it, you know, so the kid doesn't have to suffer because of what we couldn't agree on or disagree on or fucking whatever. But the rules weren't fair. The rules weren't fair. The rules weren't fair. The rules were like one way, you know, just fucking her way. That's it. I could put my foot down, but I had to do everything. I never got anywhere. I had to do it all on the sly and then cop the grief. That was a lot easier. Otherwise, everything was getting funneled. All funds were getting funneled. Okay, they were out of the country within the day. As soon as I ate them, they were gone straight away. You know, and I just handed her rah-rah, and it's fucking gone, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't even got $5 for a chocolate milk. Are you fucking dreaming? So no, I started to tweak, you know, and then I put it on it, and made her tell me fucking, you know, well, where's this go? Where's that go? And what value is it there? It's of no value there, is it? You've got all of this there, right? There's no value. We're here. I'm here. We're here. Our life is here. What is it? Why does it stop there? Why doesn't it continue here? So that we can build, right? We can build more, buy more, build more. We're not going to buy and build more if it's all getting sucked over fucking into one place. That's not how a business fucking works. And I'm not a fucking dummy. And I'm not going to be fucking insulted with all this fucking shit that I've got to do, running here, running there, buying fucking 40 cans of fucking baby powder, buying fucking tubes of ass cream for fucking $70 a tube. What the fuck do you think I am? I spent that, I'm not speaking to you, I'm talking to her. Like, what do you think I am? Fucking multi-millionaire, rah-rah. You know, like, this is a joke. Like, you know, we've just spent $1,300. Where does it go? What happens to us? Rah-rah. You know, I let it run for a little while because we're doing really well, and then I noticed I've got no savings, mate. I can't do the mortgage, I can't do the fucking bills, you know, and this person's now telling me I've got to go and earn more money to pay for that. You know, like, I need to know what's going on. I'm not a fucking dummy, and I've been in this world a lot longer than this one. So this one cannot offer me any real fucking things that they think they're geniuses, and I just let them go because there's no good fucking arguing with a genius. It's just fucking boys. Don't argue with a genius. If they think they're a genius, well, let them be a fucking genius. Because geniuses run their thing, and they think they're really fucking clever. But you fucking weren't that clever. Yeah? So, you cut them off right at the fucking thing. Okay? Claim back your funds. Claim back your fucking thing. So, he got pissed off with me for that. Like, really pissed off because I woke up. Okay? But I was already in the spare room. I've got nothing to lose. Fucking nothing. I'm not getting anything, okay? And I'm in the spare room, and the only time it's talking to me is when we're doing this shit. And the rest of the time you go home, totally ignored. Totally fucking ignored, mate. Just fucking, so, you know, that's the life that, I'm telling you this shit, so you learn, boys, the day-to-day thing of fucking, you know, how they, you know, they get you into that position, that mode of life, rah-rah. So you come home broke, you go out fucking, you got a bit of paper, you come home totally broke, no paper, and then the person telling you that you got to go, which I'm going to go and do anyway, I'm not going to pull that paper on that day. That's a Wednesday. It's a fucking normal $200 day at fucking Caribbean market. It's not a big day. Sunday's a big day. So now we're without paper, really. Desperate fucking no paper. You're telling me we're broke, okay? And now I need to go, well, how am I, you know, so for me, I'm getting mind jammed because I'm alone. I'm alone, remember that. And totally ignored. So I'm completely mind jammed with fucking, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? Rah, rah. Oh, fucking total idiot. But you're married, rah, 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 right? So, you know, cards were dealt, bro. You've got to deal with the shit. So I'm trying to keep everyone sweet, because maybe I'll get a bit of tail. You never know. Might be my lucky night. The moon might be shining in the right direction. The planets are aligned, okay? They're aligned. And that beam of light's coming through the window. Got that fucking beam of light coming through the window. And the All Saints have fucking said tonight's the night. And you can go to work tomorrow bragging to your friends, you know. I actually slept with my wife last night. Like, that was a brag. You know what I mean? Because it never fucking happened. You know? So it was a brag. You go to the market and brag the fuck to your friends. You know, I actually got some fucking last night. I can't believe it. You know? Oh, and don't forget, everything I've just said is highly offensive. Oh, everything I've just said is highly, highly offensive to these professional people. You know, how dare I say that, and how dare I talk like that? Who do you think you are? You know, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to refer to a woman that way. Like, that's how they put you into that box. You know, they got you into that box. You know, you say, well, that was my rah-rah. Doesn't matter, how dare you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, how dare you, rah-rah. That's what they'll hit you with. That's what they'll hit you with, man. That's what they'll say to you. So you're not allowed to say anything like that because they're princesses and queens, and they're all 100%. You know, they're perfect 10s. So you say anything like that to one of these professionals, and they get offended. They really do. And you're just talking normal. You know, you don't mean any. You're not meaning any. You know, you were never disrespectful to the person. You never did anything harm to the person. You never, like, at all, ever. You know, you know. But no, man. Yeah, bitter. Yeah, very bitter. That's a good way of putting it, JM. Yeah, she's hanging on to that, very bitter. Well, because I'm to blame. I'm to blame. I should have left years ago. I'm to blame. It's my fault. It's my fault. You'll find a majority of the women never take accountability for anything. It's always the man's fault. Always. It's only the reaction that a man gives is abuse. Everything else is not abuse. Whatever they do or say, whatever, that's not abuse. It's only the man's reaction that is the abuse. So no, there's no accountability on that side. On her side, she's perfect. In her mind, look in the mirror, perfect 10. You know, absolute perfect 10. There's no accountability. That's the female fault. A good woman, you know, I remember my girlfriends, mate, and that's why we lasted. Because they did something stupid or whatever, and they just said sorry. It's no fucking big deal, right? But they don't. These days they don't. They double down. If you didn't have done that, you know, if you hadn't said that, then I wouldn't have done that. They double down. They don't take accountability for their own shit. They put it back on you. It's your fault they did it. That's how they turn it around these days. They've got no fucking accountability of anything. You know, because you did this, I went and did this. You know, like, how is that accountability? They've blamed you for their actions. But they're the adult. They're a fucking adult, mate. But that's how they play it. You know, they're never fucking accountable. It doesn't matter what they fucking do or say. It's perfect, okay? Vegemite sandwich. But I've got 4 teeth. So you don't use heaps, man. Unless you're an Australian. For all the Americans that view my shit, look, man, this is overdose, okay? You see this, Americans? This will kill you, okay? This is Australian, okay? Unless you've got Australian digestive system, you normal little Americans, you put too much Vegemite on, and it'll make you barf. You've got to have a little bit like that. You see that there? That's you, Americans, okay? And this is Australian Vegemite, mate, okay? Have turkey with salt tonight. Yum. I like turkey. Got them on special and everything now. And we've got some sausages. We've got some cheese. I like that whole lot left. Alright, let's have a look. So I've got to do the black wash. And, yeah, I've got to do the black wash.
around there. Clean? You want clean today? That's the first. What, nothing? You don't want anything? No. Weirdos. You don't want any shading. You want to be natural. You just want your teeth done. Is that all you want? Okay. They don't want any shading. They just want to be natural. They just want to be natural. Even he's got a little bit of shading. Maybe that was me though. Maybe I put that in there. I think I put that in there, didn't I? So natural is how oh, it's a factory one, straight from the factory. They don't make them anymore. The company doesn't make them anymore. That's what we're going after. That's what we want. Fucking weirdos, man. They tell me what they want. I know it sounds weird, but they just want me to do their teeth. We need a something really fine, like really fine for your teeth. Fucking garage arts, mate. But we're in the apartment, so we need like a paddle pop stick or yeah, we got one. Right, we get a paddle pop stick, right, and then we break it off. God damn, got no power. Like that. Okay. We get like that. See that? So we need that flat edge, and we need a sharp edge. So we'll do his teeth proper. We can get right into the groove, mate. Right into the grooves, mate. Right into the grooves we can get. Yeah. Then we can do the tracing around the lips to highlight him. You want tracing, don't you? Yeah, I fucking knew you did. Hopefully I can do a good job of that. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood. A beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbour? Yeah, Steve, no communication. Tested my boundaries. That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, push the boundaries every day. Every day. Every day there was something. Like there was never just a good day. Never happy. Never. There's always something. Just fucking... Always something. Always. Yeah, I'll admit that, yeah. So learn. Yeah, learn, mate. That's all you can do. Learn. And then if you have kids, this is what you've got to go through. If you have children with them. Because it's 90% divorce rate, 80 to 90% divorce rate initiated by women. That's just facts. You know, anybody can go on Google that, and it's initiated by women. So they just wake up one day, and they switch out of they switch out of the relationship, marriage, they switch out of everything, mate. Just switch off. It's that simple. It's not hard to think of it. It's just not. I think I prefer to do these inside because I can't stand and do the teeth, man. I've got to concentrate. What's going on here? Come on, you. Out you come. All right, boys. You fucking crap. Fucking 1, 2, 3. No way I can close the front door, man. It's freaking chilly outside, man. Unless you're standing in that sun, yeah, it's fucking cold. You can't just stand out there, man, or sit out there. Sorry, man, I've got shit everywhere. My apartment today is not clean, okay? So my counters and shit, I've just had lunch and stuff. So, because we're trying to get things done, mate. So we've got to do the teeth now. You know, I've got to do the teeth. I've got to clean up the nose. This around here has got to be cleaned up. More skin colour. This has got to be cleaned up. Skin colour, no good. He wants to be clean. This one the same. This one the same. Clean it up all the way through. Clean it up all the way through. Skin colour. So he needs to be cleaned up. And he needs to be cleaned up also. You know, this green and stuff in here. Skin colour.
We'll worry about this. We'll try and do maybe a black wash over just the wrinkles. We'll do a black wash over that, just to highlight the wrinkles a bit and highlight in here. But that's down the track a little bit. You've got to clean the face first and make sure that's where you want it to be. Then you can do your black wash. And then you might do a brown over that. You might do a black wash plus a brown wash over it to make him dirty. Okay, so there's a few stages to everything, man, to make the mask look the way I want it to look, or the way he wants me to look, to be quite honest. Because he wants all of this clean, the mask does. He wants this part clean, the skull clean, but this all of this stuff needs to be highlighted for him. Okay, on here, same on this side. And they've all got it. Can't do that online, viewer. It's too much for me to talk to you and do it all. So we need to do washes over this, black wash and brown wash over this. So you do the black wash, you wipe it, then you wipe it off, leaving the detail, you let it set. And then you do a brown wash, and then you do exactly the same thing again, and it leaves that dirty, you know, in the wrinkles. It leaves it all dirty and nasty in the wrinkles. But there's certain stages. I've got to clean all this up. I've got to clean all this up in here. All that's got to be the skin colour. All this in here has got to be skin colour over his nose. You only want the nose defined, so this has got to be covered. You know, there's all little parts, mate, that make up the mask. In here, same. The red needs to be cleaned up. Skin colour. I suppose you could leave that and do your black washing over that, but you'll still, I don't know. It's up to you, I suppose. And then you've got to do your hair. Your hair's the big one. You've got to do your hair. And then after that, you look back at the mask, and then you still might not be happy, because he's got to have stitching in him. This has all got to be put stitches in this, stitches in this, stitches in this. There's got to be fucking shit hanging out of his mouth on both sides. There's got to be stitching all the way down here. Sometimes I do stitching all the way down there, depending if I'm just sitting there watching a movie. They've all got to be done that way, including the WG. So he's fully stitched in the mouth, got stitches going in the mouth, stitches coming out here. Same with this guy. He gets cut. I'll cut him all the way down here, up to there maybe, cut him down there and then stitch that. Okay, stitch that, run the stitches, fucking another one into here, another one. I think there's one running out from here from memory. We've got the rope coming out and then stitches all the way down here, down to the bottom. So there's heaps of stitches on the WG for this one to be ready. The same with him, he'll have a cut. The same thing, we'll do a cut in him and stitch that up. Put some blacks in there, put some browns in there, highlight the fucking stitches, rah. So there's plenty of work to be done yet, man. There's plenty of work to be done. I'm not even anywhere near completion in any way. We're not even anywhere near what I need it to be a slipknot mask. So I need to get back to work, boys. You know, I can't hang out with you all the time because I don't really get a lot of work done. Because I've got to do everything I've just described to you. I've got to get done. You know, and then the teeth need to be done. So use your thing, put a little bit of black paint on it, and you take that edge. See that edge, that real sharp edge, and you just run it down into that teeth there like that. That's it. Just run it down in there. Okay. And you do that for each one, just one strike. That's it. You dip it, clean it off, dip it again, clean it off, dip it again. Okay, you don't try and do it with on one thing. You do one tooth and then you wipe it clean, then you dip it in again, you do one tooth, you clean the thing again, and, you know, because then they'll be perfect. The teeth will be perfect. Then you need to run that edge again around here. Just run it around in there. The paint, that's not fucking too easy. I don't like doing that. See the eyes, man, they dried that natural colour. See the skin colour, they dried that skin colour. That's the colour we wanted, man. We wanted that skin colour through there. That's what we wanted. Yeah. So, yeah, it pops a little bit, right? The mask pops. You see the eyelids pop? The top of the eyelids pop. All we've got to do is clean these up. I've got to do the skin colour, okay? I've got to do the skin colour and get this back to fucking skin colour, all this skin colour. The same thing. The yellow's perfect, that'll be matte when I'm done with it. That's the other thing, you know, we've got to prepare the mask for the spray. You know, I've got a special spray and spray it over it, seals the mask, turns all the shiny to matte. There won't be anything shiny, it'll be matte. But we'll be able to keep the deep colours, the deep purples, the deep greens, we'll be able to keep the colours, the deep yellows. It'll dry that same colour, but it'll be matte, which is what we want. So then we get the teeth prepped and then we can spray it. And then the coats, these will have latex, a small bit of latex is in them from my paint. And I just water it down and then put that on there for the washes. And then I've got time to remove it before it sets. And it'll have latex in it, so it should bond to the mask. So I won't need to use any spray on it or anything like that. And then we'll do the hair. We've got to prep the mask first though, man. We've got to complete it all and then seal it, leave it for 12 hours, and then come back and do the hair. You can't do it all at once, okay? You've got to let this shit set. You've got to let it go into have time to bond with the fucking mask, man. And then the spray that I've got, we'll clean it right up. You've got to make sure it's all the way, exactly how you want it before you spray it. Because after you spray it, you can't do anything. That's it. That's how the mask is going to look. So I've got to clean all that up, do the black. I've got to do that again. That's got to be black, man. I don't know what happened there. I've got no idea. I have no idea. That needs to go, and that needs to go. They're telling me they want to be natural. That's what they want. They just want to be natural, and the wrinkles highlighted, and they want their skull remaining that colour. So I'm not allowed to paint past there. You can see the mark. Not allowed to paint past there. So only here. Only, on all of them. Big masks, not little tiny masks. These are big slipknot masks. But you can already see the likeness in the first album. Okay, the likeness is already there. All I've got to do is do the highlights, and then I'll orange hair. And then that's it, man. That's it's the bomb.
just jump out. Because nobody makes them. Nobody makes them, bro. That's the thing. There's not 20 people making shit like this. So once you offer them, you know, so then you've got to move on to the next projects. You know what I mean? You've got to get them on and get them off, mate. Same as these quarries. Same as them. They're on eBay at the moment. I put them on eBay. Solid masks, man. Solid masks. Right, yeah. Stand on their own. And then we've got to do him a black wash. A black wash. We'll do a black wash for him. Yeah, nice black wash. Get all those in there, man. All that detailing in his face. You see all that? That's what we want, man. All those bumps and shit. Yeah, that fucking looks alright, man. I like that. I like those bumps. Thing on the chin. I like all that. Those different thing in the skin. See that? And when that all gets highlighted into the black. Yeah, that'll look pretty cool. No, you can't breathe. You can't breathe, man. Plus, the shit's scared of my art. None of the women I've ever been with, mate, like my art. Only if you're like giving them the money for it. If you've sold it and you're going to pass the money straight to them, yeah, they love it. They fucking love that shit. Okay, but other than that, no, not a single one. No, man. Especially the last one, she hated them. I don't know about hated. That's a bit strong, maybe, but didn't like it at all. Okay, you know, just not her thing or whatever. All she cared about is if I've sold them yet. Have you sold them yet? Is the money going into my bank yet? Is the money in my bank? That's all that they really were concerned about. Other than that, no, nothing at all. No shit, I did, man. I don't really care. I don't give a fuck if someone doesn't like them and doesn't like them, man. I really don't care. I do not give a flying rat's ass. You know, I don't care what people, think or whatever, man. I just do anyway. It's not like they're going to fucking stop me. It's not like I'm going to stop making something or whatever because somebody doesn't like whatever. I don't give a fuck what they like. I'm glad I got the reaction out of them. I try to explain to them. That's what art is. It gives you a reaction. And that's when you know it's good art, that it actually gave you a reaction. It made you react to it. You know what I mean? If it was shit, then you wouldn't have reacted to it, dude. You wouldn't have cared. Right? You know what I mean? And that's the idea of art. And people are just fucking stupid. They're just fucking dumbasses, mate. You know? Because there's a lot of people that make fucking shit, dude. You can go on eBay, rah. And there's only very few that stand out. There's not many that stand out. And that are actual quality, rah. And a mask sitting on the counter, completed, ready to go, in the mail. Not a fucking picture. There's a lot of pictures available, a lot of fancy computer pictures. I wouldn't go buying them. I wouldn't go fucking buying them because you'd be surprised what you get in the mail. Like it won't look anything like whatever you've been fucking shown. I know that for a fact. Biggest jippers in life, mate, are these fucking eBay people, man. Like the biggest jippers. Like they just show you fancy photographs from a computer. And yeah, they send you a right piece of shit. You know, they send you a right piece of rubbish. They really do. You know, paper thin, fucking looks nothing like the picture that's on the computer, but it's the same mask. But all the shading's different colour. That's because it's done on a fucking computer with a rah, right? Come on, man, these people are total frauds. And it's taken me 6 weeks after you've paid them on eBay. Like it says on their site, it takes 6 weeks to make rah. It's like a joke, bro. Like a joke after you've paid them. So, you just stay on your path, man. My idea is just to keep my mind busy. And, you know, so I'm not fucking depressed or thinking about fucking bullshit and thinking about this, thinking about that. It just gives me a path. It gives me a path, boys. Oh, man. I might have a coffee, to be honest, boys. I haven't had a coffee today. I might have a coffee, man. Just to fucking... What time is it? Is it late in the afternoon? Oh, yeah, it's 2:30. That's all right. It's time for a coffee. I'll have a coffee, mate. I'm a lazy bugger. All right, we've got some milk. We've got some coffee, mate. All right. And it gives me time to think about these. These blokes scream at me. They tell me what they fucking want. They're demanding cunts. I tell you what, mate. They're fucking demanding. They tell you exactly what they want. I swear to God, man. People think I create shit. I don't create anything. They tell me what to do. I don't create anything. They tell me what to do and I do it. You know? And sometimes they used to come to me in dreams. My masks used to come to me in dreams. Like I'd have the raw and you'd come to me in dreams and tell me how to paint it. People think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you the truth. Same with these boys. I'll show you. Let me put this down, man. So when you get a row of these boys, alright, we're not finished, not even, you know, but yeah, we're getting there. Alright, getting there. Got plenty of nice hair. Plenty of nice orange hair for him. Not a bad day's work, man. We've got those 3 done today. And we'll get that cleaned up, mate. Don't worry, it's only the end of the day. We'll have a coffee. Have a little coffee, and then we'll sit down and get all the little tins out. Okay, all the little fucking colours. And we'll sit there doing the rest of the shit. Okay? And tidy everything up. Because my mask, see what I mean, mate? This is what's bothering me. Okay, I've got fucking shit everywhere. Okay, this shit bothers me. This fucking bothers me. Okay, this bothers me. Okay, all of this, colours and bottles and containers all over the fucking counter. That bothers me. This is all bothering me. This is bothering me. There's a lot of things that are bothering me today. Okay, you don't want to be bothering me today. I've got enough already. You see my fucking carpet? Look at this. This is a fucking shithole. Do I live in a shithole? Do I live in a fucking garage? You know, no, I fucking don't. Okay, I've got a lot of things I need to whinge today. I need to get off my shoulders today. Okay, all right.
You know, I'm not a happy bloke, all right? I've got a wire on my floor. I don't know what it's doing there. I don't know what its purpose is. I've got no fucking idea. Can't remember. It's a useless piece of fucking wire. Can't use it for my phone. So I fucking threw the cunt on the floor. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to fucking throw it in the bin in a minute, okay? It's bothering me, okay? These things are bothering me, all right? You know, I come in here. I've got dishes, okay? You know, I clean the dishes. You know, the sink was really dirty. It was bothering me. I had to fucking clean the thing here. It was bothering me. Everything's bothering me today. I'm a very whingy fucking person today. I've been a whingy fucking person the past couple of days because I